Hello everyone. Good afternoon from my garage. All right, we're going on our cruise to Alaska, but we have 2 days of travel. We're leaving, it's almost dinner time. We're all packed up and we're leaving here shortly. Delta changed our flight, the one that I had originally booked to Seattle, and made it earlier. So it's in the morning, and I don't like going up there on the same day if it's a morning flight, because that's just too risky to me. Too many things can go wrong. So we have a lot of stuff. Let me show you. Here we have a garment bag for our dressy stuff. We each have a backpack like we always do on the plane. There's my purse. And that's right, 6 suitcases. My dad had asked if he thought we could fit him so he could ride along with us to the airport. That's a no. He's not gonna fit. My dad is actually taking the shuttle. There's a shuttle that goes from near where we live to the Minneapolis airport, 19 trips a day. And so he's actually taking that at 7 o'clock in the morning. Let's hope he gets up, and let's hope he doesn't forget his passport. We are all on the same flight. Me, Megan, Ben, and my dad tomorrow morning. But Andrew is flying from Boston tomorrow evening. He's actually gonna work. He works at a law firm, and he will be taking the train to Boston, and then he will be flying nonstop from Boston to Seattle, and he'll get in about 10 o'clock tomorrow night. We have stopped at Panera for dinner. Here's what we're eating, because I know you guys like seeing the food.
Why would you film Panera?
This is a weird picture.
It's not.
It's the chicken broccoli teriyaki bowl and the chicken wild rice soup, which is my favorite. And I got the chicken noodle soup and a grilled cheese. And Ben got some strawberry salad, but it hasn't come yet. Hello, okay, we have made it to the Embassy Suites that is closest to Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport. We stayed here before. Ben and I stayed here in October before we flew to San Diego for our cruise on Disney Wonder. I will link that video up here so you can go back and watch it. I'm not going to do another room tour of this room or this hotel because I did it already. And we are in literally an identical room to the one we were in last time. Same configuration and everything. So this is a very nice hotel. It is very busy. There's some meetings and a wedding party and stuff, and it's pretty full. When I checked in on the app and went to pick my room, I think there were only 6 rooms left in the entire hotel, and that was early this morning. So we're here for just the one night. We have to get up fairly early and get to the airport in the morning. We've got it timed, so we will hopefully get to the airport right around the same time as my dad, so we can help my dad check in, check his luggage, get through security and all that. And like I said, Andrew is flying nonstop from Boston to Seattle, long flight, and he will be getting there about 9 hours after we do. We haven't figured out yet what we're gonna do in Seattle tomorrow afternoon, evening, because we're gonna get in at like 1 o'clock. That wasn't the original time. I had originally booked a flight that was later in the day, you know, with the intention that we would get there, just have dinner and go to bed. But they changed our flight on us. It's almost like they canceled the flight we were originally on and they rebooked us on an earlier morning flight. Oh, something about that to stay tuned to see. When I went to check into our flight this morning, I discovered I had selected our seats like I always do when I booked the original flight. But apparently in that flight getting changed or canceled or whatever, and them automatically rebooking us onto the flight we're on now, they separated us. And the kids are, I think, in the original place we were going to be there in 22A and C, but they're not next to each other. And they moved me up to 16C. But there is currently a stranger seated in between the kids. So I called Delta because the flight was completely full and they couldn't do anything. And she suggested what I had already thought of, which is when we get on the plane, to ask the person that is seated between my kids in a middle seat, would you like to change seats with me and have an aisle seat so I can sit here with my kids? So hopefully that happens and will work okay. Stay tuned and I'll let you know when we get on the plane. Okay, so we're just gonna take it easy for a while here in the room and go to bed, and we'll see you at the airport tomorrow. Good morning. It's more of our travel days. We're here at the Embassy Suites. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm all ready. Ben's all ready. He is currently making coffee for him and Megan.
No, she doesn't want one.
Oh, just him. I don't drink coffee. And Megan's getting ready. And then we are going to go over to the airport, which is just a little bit away. And my dad is successfully on the shuttle and on his way to the airport from where we live. And he has his passport. That was the thing I was most worried about. So we're going to be meeting him over there. Hopefully we can find each other at the airport. And I will bring you along with us. So here we go. All right. We made it to the airport. We made it through security. Dad beat us here. He got here faster than we did. And we have a lot of luggage. And we want to gate check our 3 little suitcases. The gate agent just showed up, so I'm going to have to go over there. Megan went to find coffee and a book. We have a little less than an hour until we're boarding. Oh, Dad forgot his camera. Super bummed. He left it in his car back at home. So, I mean, we have like 7 cameras, so or we can obviously take pictures for him and send them to him. But what a bummer when you're going to someplace scenic like Alaska and you forget your camera. So far, though, I don't think me, Megan, or Ben has thought that we forgot anything. Did we? We forgot to throw away the 1 crumble cookie that was left sitting in the box on our counter. That's what we forgot. Okay, update. Megan got a coffee. Did you get a book?
I got a book and a notebook and a very nice $2 pencil.
Cool. And Grandpa just went and got a McDonald's apple pie. He was looking for a disposable camera, but he went to 2 shops and neither one had any. So,
That's a bummer.
do they not sell those anymore? Like,
I doubt it.
everybody probably just uses their phones, don't they? But that would have taken at least decent. I mean, the last time I used a disposable camera on Castaway Cay, Disney's private island, it took really good pictures. So, yeah, bummer. Okay, and I went to the gate agent, who was very, very nice, and he very happily gate checked all our suitcases, and he switched me with the lady who was sitting between the kids. So she got my nice aisle preferred seat, and I am now between my kids again. So all is well. We have made it to our hotel. It is the Hampton Inn and Suites, Seattle Airport, 28th Street. It was very close to the airport. We could have actually probably walked here in the time it took us to wait for the shuttle to come and pick us up. We had to wait about 35 minutes for the shuttle. I guess one of their shuttles was in the shop or getting an oil change or something. So we have 2 rooms here at the Hampton Inn. Our flight was fine. It was completely uneventful. My dad said he was tired. Did he say he slept?
He said he was tired.
Yeah, he said he was tired. He was way behind us, like 9 rows behind us. So we didn't see or talk to him during the flight, but we were all together once I got my seat switched. Ben snoozed a little. I watched A Few Good Men, and Megan watched Baz Luhrmann's The Great Gatsby, and they finished at exactly the same time, like 5 minutes before we landed. So that was perfect. We are all starving because none of us have had breakfast and none of us have had lunch, except for the little snacks on the plane. Yeah, that's all we've had to eat today, and so we're hoping to figure out someplace nearby that we can walk to.
And it's 2:15 in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's 2:15 in the afternoon in Seattle, which means it's 4:15 at home. Hello everyone, it's Heather from The Edit. I just wanted to add a little information here because I didn't film anything the rest of this day. We did walk to Denny's, which was about a quarter of a mile away. It wasn't bad. And it was, because it was such an odd time of day, it was like 3 in the afternoon when we got there. It was totally empty. We had very good service from a very nice guy. Our server was really terrific. Our server was super friendly and very attentive, and I was horrified after we left to realize when my dad asked me, what's considered a good tip these days? And we told him like 20-25%. That he went, oh, he still had it in his mind that, oh, you tip 10%. So to the server at that Denny's, I'm so sorry. If I had paid the bill, my dad offered to pay for the meal, and so he left the tip, and if I had been paying, I would have left you a much better tip. I sincerely apologize. Okay, and then from the Denny's, I got us a lift, and we took the lift to a Target. They didn't have any inexpensive regular cameras. There were disposable cameras that were about, I can't remember what they were, like $17 each. And he was able to get a pack of 2, which was less than the price of 2 separately. And unfortunately, though, at some point, he put one of the disposable cameras through the x-ray machine as we were getting back onto the ship. And Andrew said, Grandpa, I don't think you should have done that. I haven't heard yet if those came out or not. Does anybody know? Are you not? I can't remember. It's been so long since I've used a disposable camera or actual film. But anyway, so some of the first few days of Alaska pictures he might have lost. We're not sure. Anyway, and then I bought a pair of sunglasses because my sunglasses broke on the way there. And Megan you bought some clothes, didn't you, Meg? At the Target. Did we buy anything else? I don't know. She bought some clothes. And then we walked from the Target over to a mall that was right across the street, huge mall. And we went to see The Little Mermaid, which had just come out that day because it was Friday, May 26th. And we went to see the new Little Mermaid. And my dad said it had probably been a year since he'd gone to a movie in the movie theater. So, and I just want to say about that movie, if you haven't, which I'm sure everybody's seen it by the time this video comes out, but those live action Disney remakes, which I actually do really enjoy, and the reason I enjoy them is twofold. One, I feel like those classic animated movies came out like when I was like, you know, a kid or a teenager, and it's kind of like, oh, you liked this when you were a kid? Here's a grown-up version for you. Okay? It's kind of like that, and so I like them for that sense. And then the other thing I like is that they usually fill in quite a bit of backstory for the characters that you didn't get in the animated version. So I like that too. But anyway, we did enjoy it more than I thought I was going to. But I want to warn you, that is too scary for little kids. And that we were in a huge AMC movie theater and it was packed. And there were a lot of very little kids in there. And that movie especially, but a lot of those live action Disney remakes are too scary for little kids. So don't take your little kids to those, please. Or at least look up some reviews or check commonsensemedia.org before you go or something. Okay, so that's what we did our night in Seattle. And then we went back to the hotel. And then we basically went to bed. And my dad said he was actually sleeping when Andrew got there from the airport. And so we didn't actually see Andrew until the morning at breakfast. The next video is going to be our tour of our 2 rooms at that hotel. And then after that will be our embarkation day. And that will pick up where this one left off. Andrew is currently at the Boston airport and he is going to be boarding his flight soon. I left him instructions on how to get the shuttle, and they're holding a room for him, a key for the room for him that he's sharing with my dad downstairs. And it's sunny and kind of hot actually here in Seattle. We have a very nice room, and I'm going to be making a room tour of both our room, which is very unusual. I've never seen a room like this. And I'm going to show you my dad and Andrew's room. So I'm going to put those in the same video. That'll be coming up. If you don't want to miss any of the videos from this trip, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. And if you enjoyed this travel day video, please be sure to give us a thumbs up. Have a great day, everyone, and safe travels.
Safe travels.